this is Tata, and welcome to the Jocelyn Time Post Show. It is Monday, September 30th, 2024, and tonight I'll be talking about Monday Night Raw. Alright, so let's kick things off talking about the Stats Monster Standing match. It's Braun Strowman versus Bronson Reed, or King Kong versus Godzilla. And based on the little promo that they showed, I think Bronson Reed's Godzilla. So overall, this match was great. This was fantastic, because we all know this rivalry has been brewing for over the last couple of weeks now. But there were some crazy spots in this match. There was that Spirit of the Barricade, that Bronson Reed getting put through the announce table, Strowman getting put through the table in the middle of the crowd, like Strowman taking out everybody on the outside. It was just insane. But the two biggest talking points during this is the fact that we had the ring collapse. Now, the ring hasn't collapsed in such a long time that I forgot when was the last time the ring collapsed. But I thought this was great. I mean, look at this. Like, this chaos here erupted. So, I thought it was pretty cool. Now, Seth Rollins returned tonight, and he actually caused Bronson Reed this match. Wow, that main event was brutal. I was thinking that match was a Mortal Kombat right into me. I can see why you think that. Seth Rollins made his grand return tonight. If you guys remember, Bronson Reed tsunami him and took him out for months. Well, for a while. And he came back to get his revenge. So I'm really curious to see where this is going to go. We're going to get Seth Rollins versus Bronson Reed. But because of Seth Rollins, Braun Strowman picked up the win here. And Braun Strowman was the last monster standing. This was great, though. This was a really great main event. So, but what did you guys think of the main event? What did you guys think of the ring collapsing? And how do you guys feel on a potential Bronson Reed-Seth Rollins feud? Let me know in the live chat or in the comment section down below. Okay, so Monday Night Raw actually kicked off with Jey Uso. So as we all know, Jey Uso won the IC title last week. He beat Braun Breaker, and his son actually was, you know how Jey Uso comes into the crowd? His son was in that crowd as he was getting ready to make his entrance, which I thought was really cool. Now, it seems like Braun Breaker's turning babyface, because during this segment, like, he interrupted Jey, and he was just basically saying that he has respect for Jey, the same way he has respect for the title, and he congratulates him. And basically, Jey tells Braun Breaker that there are dogs in Indiana. So, you know, I wonder what Braun Breaker's up to. Are we getting a face turn from Braun Breaker now, or is he up to something? I just feel like, you know, I wonder if he's going to get a rematch. Yeah, the Intercontinental title got to change. I was just about to talk about that. So it seems like Jey Uso got a custom IC title. It has like that blue on it, which I think suits him pretty good, actually. See, what did you guys think of this? I thought it was pretty cool. I didn't have a problem with it. And you know, I personally feel like we should get more custom titles. Like, that's been a while. They added blue to the side. Yeah, that was definitely cool. I like that. It's like, that's so Jey. So we get a Judgment Day segment. And with this, it's like they're living Dama. That new IC belt looks cool. Yeah, same. I hope there's a replica. I definitely would get it. So, Dominic receives a call from Finn Balor. See, he's not going to be there tonight. And we have a 6-man tag match later on in the night. So I just feel like this is your typical Judgment Day segment. You get Xavier Woods versus Rey Mysterio. Now, this match was really short. And if you notice, I felt like Rey Mysterio was dominating Xavier Woods during this match, which explains the finish. I thought it was a really interesting finish. Xavier Woods pulls off Rey Mysterio's mask, and he does a roll-up, and he gets the victory here. So, intentional or accidental? Because if you look at Woods' face at the end when he's like making his way up the ramp, he seems like he was happy with what he did. Granted, seems like he tried to play it as an accident, but he didn't look too disappointed that he won. So I definitely do think we're getting a Woods heel turn here. But this was great. So I know we have a Lyra Cure segment of this, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about the New Day segment because it relates to this. So as he's walking backstage, even Kofi kind of asked him if he took the mask off on purpose. And Kofi Kingston's telling Xavier Woods he has an opportunity at the IC title. And it's interesting that Xavier Woods didn't want Kofi out there for his match, but he wants to be out there for Kofi's match, which plays into what happens during that match. So I think Xavier Woods is going to turn on Kofi Kingston just based on everything. That's what I don't want a Woods heel turn. I rather want a Kofi heel turn. See, I don't see it, especially with this storyline. I feel like had Odyssey Jones stayed a part of the storyline, I could definitely see a Kofi heel turn because it would have made sense with him being the bodyguard and like Kofi being the heel. But I don't see it now. So I think Xavier Woods more than likely is going to be the one to turn heel. It makes sense. He's been upset with Kofi Kingston. He was upset that the LWO was out there in a tag team match a few weeks ago. So it totally makes sense that Xavier Woods is going to be the one to turn heel. So yeah, Lyra Valkyria and Pure Fusion Collective pretty much tells her that she's all alone out there because neither Natalia nor Zelina Vega are there. All right. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, sorry about that. So this leads into Lyra Valkyria and versus Zoey Stark. And this is an okay match. Of course, Pure Fusion Collection had the numbers game, so Zoey Stark ended up winning this match. At the end, Katana Chance and Kayden Carter make their return and attack Pure Fusion Collective. And then in an interview, Kayden Carter and Katana Chance make it known that they're going to make Pure Fusion Collective pay for what they did to them, and then they're going to go after the tag titles. I'm not really feeling Pure Fusion Collective here at all, but hopefully it leads to something, like maybe them winning the tag titles, maybe Sonya getting a title run, hoping, but we'll see where it goes. We get CM Punk and Drew McIntyre literally inside a Hell in a Cell match. And I actually really like this segment. I thought this was such a great segment. You had Drew McIntyre wearing a black suit. And I really love the fact that Drew McIntyre says he's wearing black, not out of respect for Punk, but out of respect for his wife, AJ Lee. I was like, dang, he went there. So, he's talking about how Punk taught him how to hate and that the hate will die with Punk this Saturday. And Punk talks about how he's been, has all the nicknames that he's had. The Voice of the Voiceless, the Second City Saint, the Best in the World, and stuff like that. And he calls McIntyre a piece of garbage. I was like, oh, shit. And he's basically going to send him home to Scotland in a box. This was a really great segment, a really great confrontation between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. This is exactly what we needed before Hell in the Cell this Saturday. So this was great. You could feel the emotion in CM Punk. You felt how pissed off and how angry and how much hatred he had for Drew McIntyre. I really dug it. It was good. We had a Braun Strowman interview, and pretty much he's talking about his match with Bronson Reed, but he doesn't get much out because he's interrupted by The Miz. And then Truth comes back. So R-Truth is back, and he lets The Miz know that they have a match against the Authors of Pain, which Miz does not look too happy to be a part of. We get a 6-man. We get a Sami Zayn interview, and he's just talking about Gunther and how Gunther doesn't want to give him a title. But this is your typical Sami Zayn interview. There wasn't much to discuss there. With a 6-man tag match, it's the Judgment Day versus the LWO in the form of Dragon Lee, Cruce Toro, and Joaquin Wilde. I caught myself there. This was a decent match. Dragon Lee beat Carlito last week, so Judgment Day got their revenge by winning this match. Here, and then we have a Judgment Day segment, and Finn Balor says he doesn't have a heart, no tiene corazón. Now, the one thing I dislike about this segment is explain to me how Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, there's two people, can get the upper hand on the Judgment Day when there's 5 members of Judgment Day. Back when Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley were part of Judgment Day, that hardly happened. Like, Judgment Day always looked strong, and this version of Judgment Day looks really weak. The fact that Rhea and Priest by themselves, without any help, were able to get the upper hand on Judgment Day, this Judgment Day's booking is not good. I'm not a fan of it because you're making them look really weak. Sure, at the end, they got the upper hand, but that shouldn't even happen. Like, they should be getting the upper hand the entire time. There's 5 of them. 5. And yet they were, because they're Judgment Day, right? Yeah. And yet they were taken down by 2 people. 2. So I'm just not liking this booking. We get a Sheamus Promo, and we find out he challenged Butch to a Donnybrook match. That should be good. I'll get to that, Daniel, when I get to Awesome Truth. So we get Kofi Kingston versus Chad Gable. Now, again, Xavier Woods wanted to be out here for Kofi Kingston's match. And accident or intentional, but during this match, Kofi Kingston attempted to do a Trouble in Paradise. But Xavier Woods grabbed Chad Gable's foot and tripped him. And Chad Gable ended up winning this. So, was it an accident? Did Xavier Woods intentionally do this? Or was it all like he didn't realize what Kofi Kingston was doing? Just like earlier in the night. Was it an accident that he took off Rey Mysterio's mask? Or did he do that on purpose? I think he did. I think he did both on purpose. I think that he took off Rey Mysterio's mask on purpose. And I think he purposely cost Kofi Kingston this match. I think it's going to lead to a heel turn. I think the heel turn is going to happen during that IC title match. I think Kofi Kingston is probably going to try the best to help Xavier Woods win. But I think that Kofi Kingston's going to accidentally cost Xavier Woods this match. And then Xavier Woods is going to get mad. That's what I think is going to go down. Definitely intentional on both counts. I definitely think it's intentional too. I don't think those were mere accidents here. But that's what I think is going to go down. I mean, next week with that title match happening, that is a perfect opportunity to turn Xavier Woods heel. We get a Bronson Reed interview, and he's basically just talking about Seth Rollins and about how he will take years off his life next time, which is why Seth Rollins later on in the night calls him that match, which I already talked about. We get a Gunther segment on / promo, and this was really, really good. Chrissy's interrupted by Sami Zayn here. But one of the things that I like about this is that Sami Zayn brings up the fact that Gunther never asked him for the rematch. That's so true. Now that I think about it, Gunther never did ask Sami Zayn for a rematch for that IC title. And I love the fact that Gunther says that losing to Sami Zayn was the biggest embarrassment of his career. And then, Sami saying that he's going to show that Gunther's going to show his dad he's a coward is enough to set off Gunther. And he finally grants him his match. So, yeah, the Sami Zayn made some great points in this, during this. So, I actually really like this. I thought this was great. Do I think Sami Zayn's going to beat Gunther for that world title? No, I don't think he is. But it was a great segment. So, we get an Awesome Truth versus Authors of Pain. And I felt like it was brewing to the Miz turning heel. Like Daniel said here, he's got the Miz turned heel because Awesome Truth had it run its course. And you can make a sign for Raw on November 9th. This is MJF. Here's a heel Miz. That's funny. I did think Awesome Truth ran its course. You know, they came together to take those tag titles off at Judgment Day. But it was so obvious that this is what was going to happen because R-Truth kept putting them in these awkward situations. They got him in this match because of Truth. They lost the tag titles. He was just putting them in situation after situation. And I knew this was what was going to build. Even Karrion Kross was trying to convince Miz to turn heel. And this is exactly what happened. That's why Karrion Kross was laughing when the Miz did turn heel. So I think Miz, even though I did enjoy his babyface run, I think he's a much better heel. And I wonder if he's going to go after 9th, the Intercontinental Championship for a 9th time. But I think we're about to get Miz suit back. Suit Miz back. But yeah, I think Miz's heel turn was expected. It wasn't a surprise to me. I saw it coming. So we get a Gunther interview. And before he even gets a chance to say anything, Braun Breaker interrupts. And basically, Braun Breaker tells Gunther he's going to see him very soon. So that's a match I would love to see, Braun Breaker versus Gunther. I think it might be a little too soon, though. I definitely would feel like Braun Breaker versus Gunther, if you wait, could be built and be like a match at WrestleMania. At least that's what I think. But that's going to be a great match when it does happen. So I'm going to stop it there because I did talk about the main event already. So on a scale from 1 to 10, to a Sean Spears perfect 10, I thought this was a pretty decent Raw. Now, remember, this is the Go Home Show 2 Bad Blood. I always feel that Go Home shows, the whole purpose of a Go Home show is to get you excited for the pay-per-view. Now, if you're not watching Raw on a consistent basis, you're supposed to tune into this show and be super excited to watch the pay-per-view this weekend. I actually thought this was a pretty decent go-home show. I mean, I really love the CM Punk and Drew McIntyre segment. Even though Gunther versus Sami Zayn is not happening at Bad Blood, I thought their segment was great. And I wasn't a huge fan of the Judgment Day segment just because I felt like they looked really weak going into that, in that segment. But I thought this was a pretty decent go-home show. So I would give it an 8 out of 10. Yeah, I think that's like the highest go-home show I've ever ranked. But what did you guys think of tonight's show? Let me know in the live chat or in the comment section down below. Alright, so that's it for this review. Thank you guys all so much for watching and for the continued support. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so you get notified whenever I go live or release a new video. And I should see you guys Wednesday after AEW Dynamite. Bye.